started. I'm Coach Johnson, the head baseball coach at Elwha, and I was lucky enough to have Daniel this past year, and we're super excited for him. And just wanted to talk about a couple things. When Daniel had told me he was going down and we're talking about Southeastern, I looked up Southeastern's program, and it is by far one of the top NAIA programs in the country. I saw where they've won over 50 games, I think the last 2 years for sure. So I was very impressed with their program and facility. So we're super excited for that. He had a great year for us this year, hit over 380. I, as a coach, I look at scholarships today no different than I look at scholarships when I was 18, sitting in that same seat. And I know as a player, I always wanted somebody to recognize maybe what talent I had and what I brought to the table, to the point of, hey, we're going to pay you to play baseball for us. And I really think that's what a scholarship represents. And as a coach, if our guys want to play, we want to give them that opportunity to play. Obviously, they have to do their part, but it's getting very tough. It's getting very difficult to find those college scholarships. I won't soapbox it here, but baseball is the only sport that has roster restrictions. Even walk-on spots are difficult, and it filters all the way down even to the junior college. So it is very difficult, and it's super competitive. And you're not just competing against the guys on your team or the guys in your area. You're competing against guys, all over the place for those few scholarships. So I think it says a lot about him as a player, and we're super excited that he's getting to go to such a top-notch program. One thing that I have learned recently, I believe, when it comes to these signing parties, it's a recognition for him, but I think more than anything, it's to thank the people that are here. So I think everybody here, I know my mother reminds me all the time that it took a village to raise me, and well, you're the village. So I know that his parents and Daniel are very thankful for you and the role that you've played. So I think you being invited is a thank you for what you've done and what you've brought into his life. And I know Daniel wants to say a few things.
Just first and foremost, I'd like to thank God. Without him, I wouldn't be blessed with the opportunities or the ability to be able to play this game. I just want to thank everybody for coming out and coming over here tonight. I also like to thank some of my coaches for everything they've done. Starting with Warren Wright, he was one of the first guys that picked me up when I was 8. Taught me a few things. Without him, I definitely wouldn't have found the love that I have for this game, and I wouldn't have learned that most baseball games are won on defense. And after Coach Warren, also Coach Knoll was a very huge part of my life. He taught me that Christ is okay in baseball, and he brought me closer to faith with baseball, and teaching me that Christ comes first, and that's where we learn to pray before, after, during each and every game. I'd also like to thank Coach Kurt Dole. I train nonstop with him, and my faith and my belief in Jesus Christ has only grew through him, and I wouldn't be the player I am today without him. And I'd also like to thank Coach Bone. When I was at Southside, when I was in 8th grade, pulled me up to JV and really showed me that I had a lot of potential when I was a young player, and he has taught me a lot of things about baseball that it just really opened my eyes about everything. And of course, I'd love to thank Coach Johnson. I know I've only played 1 year under him. I wish I could play under him for 7 more years, but 1 year, and it's just a lot of great memories and a lot of great times we had together, and it was an unbelievable journey this year. I'd like to thank my teammates of this year, bringing me in as family. It was a shock to everybody, but it was a choice that my family and I had made, and they brought me in like I was one of their own and helped me grow into the person I am today. So I just want to thank everybody again for coming out, and I love y'all with everything in me.